time to hear the nanny side of the story. On hard times, unwell and 8 years homeless when she answers the Bracamonte's want ad, offering room and board in exchange for a few hours' help around the house.
It seemed like a reasonable deal to enter into.
Not a deal that you then felt you could take advantage of at a later date?
Absolutely not. It seemed like it'd be a really good trade for both of us, you know. For 20 hours a week work, I'd get my legs up and take care of my heart condition and get to sleep in a bed. The issue was they just thought that they could have me 24/7. She said, you know, you have this beautiful room and you have access to a pool and all this stuff. We're really giving you a lot of value. You need to give us more.
They just wanted more.
More.
They just wanted more.
More. It was just an issue of more.
How many hours were you working?
Between 50 and 60.
Diane claims after months of unscheduled long hours, she became sick. In bed with the flu, Marcella threatened to fire her. So she says she quit. She quit. Why do you think they were doing this to you?
Because they like to get something for nothing.
Just because she needs time to find someplace else to go, and the Bracamontes, she says, tried to get her out.
She would like to stay there 3 more nights.
I cut her Wi-Fi, the telephone, and locked the fridge. I turn off the air conditioner. I try to heat her out. It doesn't work.
That, says Diane, was not all.
They put dog food outside the room. They called me a dog. They swore at me. They treated me in just an outrageous manner.
She claims you've put dog food outside her bedroom door, you've called her a dog, you've harassed her, you've left tape recorders blasting music at her door.
That's the first one, now I'm hearing that one. I've heard the dog food, and I think all of that's absurd.
But Diane claims these are the pictures that prove it.
Just an issue of more.
How many hours were you working?
Between 50 and 60.
California law for even 20 hours a week. Minimum wage law would require the Bracamontes to pay a wage as well as room and board.
Yes.
She claims the original deal was 20 hours a week.
No.
So what was it?
I would say she probably a week, maybe 10 hours. If that.
This is the first time I've heard you say this. I mean, my understanding prior to this, my understanding was that it was more than 10 hours.
It was to help out as my wife needed.
Nothing was really written down.
And that's what's biting us in the butt.
I had tried from the get-go to get the contract in writing, and she didn't want to do it.
My understanding was that it was more than 10 hours.
It was to help out as my wife needed.
Nothing was really written down.
And that's what's biting us in the butt.
I had tried from the get-go to get the contract in writing, and she didn't want to do it.
You were perhaps on a number of levels naive.
Very naive.
You messed up.
Can you see how this looks? This is a 64-year-old woman who you are asking to work. It's open to question how much you were asking her to work.
Man,
you were
you're
asking
back on
her
that
to work
subject again, aren't you?
Sorry?
Man,
You were
you're back
asking
on
her
that
to work.
subject again, aren't you?
Sorry?
You're back on that subject
him
again.
just
I thought we were going
finish.
somewhere else with this.
Let him finish, love.
I'm just saying to you how some people perceive this, and I'd like to give you the
You
opportunity.
messed up.
Can you see how this looks? This is a 64-year-old woman who you are asking to work. It's open to question how much you were asking her to work.
Man,
You
you're
were
back on
asking
that
her to
subject
work.
again, aren't you?
Sorry?
You're back on that subject
him
again.
just
I thought we were going
finish.
somewhere else with this.
Let him finish, love.
Bracamonte tell it. They hired the 64-year-old nanny in exchange for free room and board, and when she refused to do the work required, is refusing to depart even though fired. A judge has already said the Bracamontes need to go through eviction court, but there's a glaring problem with the entire story. The State Labor Commission's office tells us that under California law, nannies are considered employees and would need to be paid for their work. In other words, just free room and board violates state labor laws. When I tried to question Marcella Bracamonte about this, her up till now apparently carefully crafted image turned notably sour.
You know what? If you're going to try to turn this around on me, I don't want to do the interview.
I'm not trying to turn around you. I'm trying
You're
to
trying
say.
to turn it around on me.
No,
Charles.
I'm trying.
Charles, I don't want to do an interview with you if you're going to try to turn this around on me and make me the bad person.
I'm not making anybody the bad person. I'm saying I talked to the labor
You know
department.
what? I don't care, and I don't want that on the air.
I'm
and if
asking.
you put that on the air, I don't want it on the air.
I'm asking you, what was your understanding with her about the conditions of employment?
The conditions of employment was that she got in exchange for room and board.
Right, but did
helping
you?
Me with the kids.
Okay, did you ever though check with anybody to see if you were able to do that arrangement with her to have her work in exchange just for room and board?
You know what? You're not a nice person, and I don't want to talk to you, Charles.
Hello? Hello? Mrs. Bracamonte never returned to the call and hung up on me when I reached out to her afterwards. Charles Feldman, KNX 1070 News Radio.